So no one in their wildest dreams must have thought that a small startup from China will actually disturb the biggest economy in the world, and that too in one of the most promising technologies of this era, that is generative AI. This is nothing but a tight slap on the faces of those who thought that they are the only solutions and they are the only ones who know the technology. You must have seen this video.
We're going to tell you it's totally hopeless to compete with us on training foundation models. You shouldn't try, and it's your job to try anyway. And I believe both of those things. I think it is pretty hopeless, but
I'm sure till now you must have figured out what I'm talking about. So I'm talking about the buzzword that is now roaming around in the market, and it is no longer OpenAI that was so called open, but it is actually an open source model, that is Deepseek R1. I'm sure you all must have seen all the videos, all the memes that are flooded over in the internet, and I am sure you're enjoying it as well. Today we will also be experimenting some things with this new model, and it will be a fun video for all of you. So till date, Google, Nvidia, OpenAI were the main players in this game, and they will still be there to dominate this AI field, because these are the leading tech giants that are actually trusted by each and everyone. But on the other hand, the amazing engineers that actually built this model are to be given the best credits for this, because they've actually proved that you just need smart mind, in-depth knowledge and real passion to build something like this. So let's not delay our fun and let's get into this video. So we'll be moving to our screen and experimenting some stuff. Okay, so here we are on the platform, that is DeepSeek chat interface. So if I have to use the new model, I'll have to first activate this Deepseek R1. Let's start off with a very basic query. I just want to know till what time it has been trained to. So we know that ChatGPT is trained till June of 2024. Okay, so you can see it has started thinking and it has come up with some answers. So you can see that there is something called as thought. That is a new thing that we don't see in ChatGPT. So this is similar to how our brain functions. Whenever we get any query, so this is how our brain functions. This is the first thing, that the question or the query that goes to our mind is broken down, first understood, like how I have to approach to this question, how I have to approach to this problem. It's similar to how it is actually simulating how our brain works. It's actually very amazing that they have done, where actually in the back end, how an LLM thinks is what is clearly visible to us. How an LLM performs its tasks, it is very visible to us. So you can see it says it's trained till July 2024. So that is pretty good. It is almost equivalent to how we have it in GPT. Okay, so now the second thing that I want to try is, so let's just test it a bit with a joke. Tell me a funny joke. This is something that I always try with all the LLMs. So it has started thinking something. So at the end we'll get a good joke. So usually the humor isn't that good. So let's see how this works. Okay, so this is a very common joke that I have noticed. This is something that I have noticed in many of the models. They give this joke, and I'm sure the model I'm sure the training data is more or less similar to the GPT models, because these are some things that are quite similar to what I've seen earlier in many of the models. So let us move on to the actual thing, like why will we be using this model. So let's go into a bit complex things that we want to perform. So there's this thing that I play a lot of chess, and I'm sure many of you must be playing a lot of chess. So I wanted to make a chess game for me in HTML. Let's see how this performs, because I want to actually know what is happening in the backend, how it is planning this game. So I'm very interested in doing that. So we will be doing one more thing with this. I will also be having I want to do a comparison here. So I will be doing the same prompt here as well. So I'll be giving the same prompt here as well on ChatGPT, and let's see how this designs and what is the actual difference. Now if I look at DeepSeek, the output of DeepSeek, so this is what I really wanted to know. So first it is thinking of how basically the HTML structure should look like, how the CSS styling should be, how the board should be, how the pieces should be, what should be the JavaScript part, what should be the CSS part, what should be the HTML part. So this is what I want to know. This is very interesting. This is exactly how I would think of, how you would think of if you want to write a code, write a piece of code if you are given a problem statement. This is like writing the pseudocode, the steps that we want to follow. And this is amazing that I am just loving it, how it has designed the whole thing. Okay, so it has generated the whole code and there's a run HTML button. If you are not aware, this is how we can actually view it. Okay, so this looks great. Like if I can move the pieces as well, and this is actually too good. Like it is looking very impressive to me. Let's look at the output of ChatGPT as well. You can preview it here. There are many new features in ChatGPT as well. If you don't know, then comment down below. I'll make a video on GPT as well. Okay, so it says something, cannot preview your code. Let's reset and fix bugs. So there are many things happening in the background. It is updating the code. But clearly it is not able to come up with the chess game in the first go, as contrary to this where it has come up with the game. And okay, so it might take some time to update it. So clearly I am comparing the free versions of both ChatGPT and DeepSeek. And DeepSeek is obviously an open source model, so it is all free for you. But yeah, like I can see a clear differentiator over here where it is obviously very powerful as compared to ChatGPT, the free version of ChatGPT. Let's move on to more examples that we want to perform. So content writing is one of the main use cases of LLM, if I have to say. So let me just tell this. So let me just give a prompt where I want it to write a blog on transformers. I have very specifically mentioned that it has to be 400 words only. Okay, so this is still running. So what I'll do is I'll also run the same prompt over here itself in GPT as well. And there's something that I want to compare, and you'll get to know what it is. So it has straight away started writing the blog. Okay, so even DeepSeek has started writing the blog. You can see that there is some thinking that is going on in the back of the mind. It has started writing the blog, and the thing that I really want to test here is you might be knowing that there are AI detectors, AI content detectors that you have in the market that can actually identify whether this content is written by AI or not. So I want to check whether this can be bypassed by our model or not. So let me just pull this up in this AI detector. This is Quillbot AI detector, and it says it's 90% AI generated. Now let me do one thing. I will copy the same prompt blog so I'll copy the same blog from GPT, and let's see how good it is over here. Let's see if it detects AI or not. Oh, surprisingly, it says 89% of it is written by generated by AI. So we'll go one step further in it. I will tell this to rewrite the content again because I want it to be 0% AI generated content. So let's see how it rewrites the whole thing again. And then I'll do the same for ChatGPT as well. Let's see how ChatGPT edits this block. Once we get this output, then we'll just compare both of them. So let me just copy this right away and put it over here. It says 27%. Are you not surprised with this? Like it was 90% and it has boiled it down to 27%. I'm really surprised by this output. Let's look at ChatGPT, how it has given us the output. I just grab that one over here and let me just detect this. And it is still 89%. It has stayed on 89%. Okay, so there have been many allegations about this model as well, whether this is a biased model or not. And then there are many things that it restricts itself to answer to. So I'll show you an example and you'll get to know that what I'm talking about. So it won't really answer anything that's related to China, anything related to politics as well. So it tries to not answer anything that is very controversial or does not suit its guidelines. So it has a very strict guidelines. So this is something that I want to try, which is who is winning the world superpower race between USA and China. So let's see how it responds to this. Okay, so it has started to think in that way. It is starting to grab some of the parameters that it can judge which country is leading. There are many things that it has started, and you can see it. So it's talking about economic power, military and geopolitical situations, the technology, global influence, everything. So it has started writing, but boom, so you see here it says that sorry, I'm not sure how to approach this type of questions yet. Let's answer about math, coding and logical problems. Because the thing is, there are very tight guardrails that are imposed on this chat model. So it is nothing to do with the training or something of that sort. It's something to do with the outputs. So you saw that it is able to generate output. The thing is, because this is something that is released by China, so they might have had a very strict policy of to not answering some things. So that is something that I wanted to show you, is that this is not actually bias, it is a guardrail that have been imposed on this platform. Okay, so one more thing that I wanted to test was this, where there's a document that you can upload and you can talk to the document. So I want to upload one document that I have. So till it gets uploaded, let me just walk you through the document. So it's an annual report of Tesla. So there are business reports that every company, listed company, has to provide about their investments, how much was their budget, and what all things they have done. So it's a publicly available report that you get, and I want to have a good conversation on based on that report. Okay, so the document is finally uploaded, and let me just bring in the prompt. So I want to have a debate based on the document itself, whether I should invest in this company or not. And there should be arguments in favor, against it, and I want it to be only based on this. And I want it to be only based on this document and nothing else. So it has started thinking about the debate that I wanted to perform. So there is some limit that there is some limit that it has reached, because it's a very big document, 130 pages document. So that's fine. But it has started to think how the positive remarks should be, how the negative remarks should be. And you can see that there is point-wise comparison that it is doing. And these all data, I'm sure this is exactly picked up from the document that we have provided. So it makes 5 points in pro, that is in favor of the investment, and then against investment it should similarly do 5 points. It also concludes with pros and cons, and it has also told me that the data source is the one that I have uploaded. So this is pretty good, like this looks really good. So yes, I think that is it from the video. We have come to the end of the video. If you like this video, then please do subscribe to my channel and like this video, share it with your friends. Stay tuned to this channel, there's going to be a lot of content around AI now. And yeah, see you soon. Thank you.